Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for coming.
We're back. All right, levels are correct. We had some level issues. That's inside audio baseball. For those people out there that don't know about recording audio, okay, we had some levels issues. It's Sunday. It's 7:04. It was 7:02 when we started, but we had to restart so that we get the proper levels.
We had stretch and flex.
Yeah. All right, we're back. So it is Sunday, and I'm on 5 hours of sleep. I broke my 2 hours. By the way, my father found out what on the bright means. On the bright means on the bright side. It means you're like seeing clear, which seems pretty obvious, if we're being honest. I hadn't drank for 2 weeks, slept fucking great. I had like 5 beers last night, nothing crazy. But I stayed up till fucking 1 in the morning. I was telling Fitzy because Tommy went out with his boys to watch fucking UFC. So I didn't want to go. I wanted to be up when he got
Did that
home.
dude O'Malley win?
No, he lost.
Wow.
That was my first question, too.
He lost.
Sugar Shane.
It's the only guy I know.
Yeah,
You know?
and Tommy
Sugar
told me, he's
Sean.
like, Marab's fucking gonna win. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So anyways, he did cut, and predictably, I like watched it, and I was like, dude, I could have gone to bed like with 4 fights to go, and I would have been totally fine. I could have found out in the morning, nothing would have bothered me. But I knew what was gonna happen. And I literally go into the basement, I lay down, 1:10 in the morning. Fucking hears clod hopping feet coming down the stairs. Do you see fucking Marab? He's like, I bet Amato $20 that he was gonna beat Sugar Shane. He was so crushed, I didn't even ask him for the money. I'm like, what a gentleman you are. And a scholar, by the way. You're also a scholar.
Dad, you look great, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
you
how-
look awesome.
I feel like that's how the conversation
Yeah,
went.
something like that. I'm like, can you get out of here so I can jerk off? Go to bed. So big week, Danny. You were on Bad Brain.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on it, but
It was it was awesome, to be honest.
yeah, you had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. One thing I had anxiety about is, you know how like
Al, in general.
well, you know how like you say, all right, boys, you ready? We were just talking.
That's what they do when they turn the mics on.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
15 minutes in, I'm like, are we sure these are on? And then 2.5 hours later, and I'm like, I hope that recorded.
Yeah.
There was no fucking anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nico's awesome.
He goes the man.
Al's house is awesome. It's a set straight out of Goodfellas. That fucking neighborhood is legitimately out of Goodfellas.
That's awesome.
If you know anything about like John Gotti and the mob, Howard Beach is where Al lives, but in Massachusetts. Like it was insane.
I love
Great
it.
time. Listen to the episode. They're our boys.
Yeah.
They talked about me on their last episode. And Nico didn't know if my name was Fitz, Fritz, or Nitz.
It was unbelievable.
Nitsy. Oh, I forgot about
Nits.
that. I was
He
dying.
also thought your first name was Fitz,
Fitz,
and your last, name was
Mars.
Maurice.
Yeah, Fitz Maurice.
Yeah.
Dude, once he said Nits, I was dying because there's a Jerky Boys thing I sent to you guys.
Yeah.
And at the very end, he's like, all right, see you a little later, Nits.
Jerky Boys is awesome.
They were fucking hilarious.
Great. I used to have the cassettes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, if you pay attention to the Instagram account that we have, it was a combined a combo thing with what do we do? We collaborate with Success Lift. Bob C's looking fucking like a snack. I mean, saves the
Shredded.
pussy for the rest of us. Like,
Dude, it's fucking wild.
he looks fucking great.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. So, by the way, congratulations to Panuzzo. He's getting inducted into the St. Michael's College Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah?
On September 19th. He let me know that, which is ironic. It's the same day I'm getting inducted for being like a biggest piece of shit that ever came out of that school. Imagine that, you know? So, congratulations to him in all reality. So, all right. So, we're going to talk a little bit summer. We're just going to bullshit a little bit. We're, like we said, we're in these weird times right now because we, like, Jumptown texted me. He's like, when am I getting on the show? I'm like, dude, we're recording at fucking like 7 in the morning. Like, nobody
No
wants to-
chance he's coming.
Listen, this is a labor of love right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk a little bit summer. We'll just kind of bullshit. It's graduation season. Danny's in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of it. Oh, here's an announcement. I am playing Fawns one-on-one in golf. So here's the format for everybody at home. And we're going to take as much video as we can. Hopefully one of you guys will come or Al will come or something, so videotape some stuff.
Oh, we could definitely. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, me and
Yeah,
Fitz.
both-
So the next,
We're
so the
taking-
week
we're
after,
taking a cut.
okay, so the week after next, I think is when we're going to do it because next week's a mess with the end of school.
Yeah.
We got me versus Fonz. I'm not going to make him carry his own bag. I was going to make him carry his own bag.
I know. I felt like you should have though. He was very confident. He's like, that's all I ever do. I always walk, and it's like,
Yeah,
don't
he
lie-
walks
don't
with a
lie to
cot,
us.
which is
Cot,
like
yeah.
basically saying you have a vagina. Sorry to all the female listeners who I love. So I'm giving him 15 strokes.
Wish I got
and
that.
to inspire him, I'm giving him 15 strokes. By the way, yeah, he also doesn't know the difference between aspire and inspire. Was mad at me for correcting him the other day. He's like, I don't give a fuck about grandma. Grandma's stupid. Give me an espresso martini. Like that's all I picture him doing. His arms just flailing around. So I'm giving him 15 strokes, match play, so that nobody gets blown out of it early. Who knows? Could be me. We're not going to play at Mount Hood, I decided, because it's my home course, so that doesn't make, it's not a benefit to me. Maybe we'll play Sagamore. We played with Stevie and Danny. And it's going to happen the week after next.
Okay.
Now, the bet for this is that Fonz will get on 3 episodes of the show for the rest of the year, which nothing will
If he
make him happy.
wins.
If he wins. If he loses, he has to be a butler on the show one time, so we can make him get. We'll have beers on ice, maybe shrimp cocktail. I
just-
want him in a fucking like
I
tux.
don't. No, I want him like Chippendales. I just want him just in the fucking in the
I
bow
want him
tie.
able to eat.
That would be great content.
That would be great.
Him
content.
just there, fucking shirtless with a
Shirtless
a
with the bow tie.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just serving us
Feed-
fucking shrimp cocktails.
Feeding me
I'm in.
grapes.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable.
Feeding me grapes. Fitzy, open up. Oh,
Here
God.
comes the airplane feds.
If we for the Patreon people, by the way, a couple new Patreon members the last week or so. I
go.
didn't write the name. I think it's Ryan. I think good dude was texting with me. We were shooting the shit. For the Patreon guys that I owe shirts to, I'm going to do it this week. Last week was a fucking mess, and so I'm getting to that, and I have all the actual stuff too. The best part is like I have to drop Tess at work at Home Depot, and Staples is right there. So I got all the shit. I got all the packing shit. We'll get those shirts out to those guys, and once we get those dialed, divvied out, we'll get some other shit. So
Sweet.
we'll find out who else wants shirts. So yeah, so you got big time. You got the party coming for your daughter, right?
Yeah. I can't wait. I honestly, at this point, I just want it over with. Like, as you just said, we're in the heat of like graduation parties and stuff. I went to one last night. It was awesome. Fucking great time. It was all football kids. It was like, I felt like I was that guy in Varsity Blue still wearing the Letterman jacket. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
But I was.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was Bubba's house, so we we're up in Tewksbury. We went to Kyoto's for all Merrimack Valley listeners. Fucking dynamite.
What's that?
It's a sushi spot.
Nice.
But they had like 2 boats of sushi. My daughter Bailey loves sushi.
Yeah.
So like she was all gassed up about that. Really, really good time. Bartender was throwing high 90s the entire
Nice.
night. She was a white lady, which that fucked me up. But whatever. It was
You should have talked to her in your accent.
I should yeah. I would have been like, Angela, her name was Angela. I'm like, Angela, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
You know? Ask the coworkers if this is good. You know? Do
Ask
you
your
like
friend.
the mango mai tai? You know?
Get the dragon roll.
It was and like so obviously like they didn't pay for everyone's drinks.
Yeah.
So I left the card up there. For what I drank with like I bought rounds and shit,
Yeah.
extremely cheap.
Nice.
Extremely cheap.
Nice.
I looked at that and I was like, that's not 3 digits. I
Yeah.
can't believe this.
No Riga?
Tewksbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
But I asked Doobie, I'm like, you ever heard of this? She's like, 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you would say they get different currency. They pay in like wooden nickels.
Yeah.
Something like the Riga.
100%.
You know what I mean, they got their own currency.
Place is great though. If you ever have to fucking give it a whirl. They got Keno, which is awesome too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fitz, you had the kids all week, right? Solo?
Yeah, my wife was away from
That's why you were here at 5:30 a.m.
Tuesday. Tuesday to you guys always say I'm fucking late for things. I was fucking the first one here. Garage was dark when I walked in.
That's why
I was
you did
empty
it.
and Giacomo's on the.
Yeah. So yeah, she was away from Tuesday to Friday. So I had the kids. I was playing single dad the whole week. It worked out. They're still there. The house didn't burn down.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, she was in upstate New York.
Nice.
Fucking 5.5 hour drive.
Oof.
It
Brutal.
took her 6 hours to get home on Friday.
That sucks.
Thanks.
A lot of
10 a.m.
podcasting.
Would
Yeah.
you I would honestly like I might just take a flight.
It was yeah, I don't know what the but it would have
It's
cost.
you're in like
You know
weird
what I mean?
airports.
Small airports is more money. You're right.
Yeah.
But it was at a casino. She got a $10 voucher for free through the thing. You could like spin a wheel and
Yeah.
you got anywhere between $10 and like $50 for free. And she turned it into like $200
Yeah.
at the slots.
Nice.
Dude, I was pumped.
You'll see none of that.
No.
Yeah. Real quick before we get into anything, announcement before I forget, because my notes are on my phone, is that June 28th, the release of Finally Something Cool 2.0 is coming out.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I know you're going to be in the Poconos, right?
Yeah, for
Cheer competition?
For dance
Yes.
competition nationals. Talk about a drive. That's like 6.5 hours.
Oof. Yeah, that's brutal.
We're gonna be there for like 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, so Twisted Fate, they did the beer last year. It was fucking awesome. They're doing it again this year. I'm playing that night, the 28th, or that afternoon, so 4 to 7. So it's the weekend before the 4th of July. So come on up. I'll be there. Maybe Danny will be there if you've got nothing going on.
Correct.
And get a beer. They have seltzer there now, too. So if you want to bring your wife and she doesn't drink beer, or your husband doesn't drink beer, I want to be sexist here.
They got sours. I was
I'm
at,
just going to get the women.
I love a
call
good
it-
sour.
Called Fawn's Vagina. Like,
I do like sours.
I can't do a sour, and I was at Public Kitchen in Reading.
Yep.
Friday night when she got home, we went out to dinner. We took the kids out to dinner. So I see Twisted Fate. I'm like, let's fucking go. I'll get
Yeah.
a Twisted Fate. It's a sour.
Yeah, but you could get they got some fucking great beers there. So obviously, and you can get like whatever, basically like they have a bunch of different IPAs. They got a Pilsner, you know what I mean? They got like there's just kind of like a Peroni. So they got a ton of different beers. They got the F Buddies Lager. So speaking of that, I'm playing at the Fergfest 2.0 today.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, at 3:30. I'm playing from 3:30 to 4:30. So if you're happen to hear this on the Patreon, you want to come?
My niece, she was supposed to have her party yesterday.
Yeah, it got rained out.
Got rained out, so she's doing it today.
Yeah, I got 2 parties on the day of yours. So I got one great Patreon member, Mark Finocchiaro. His son's going to Virginia Tech, going to that, and I'm going to yours. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we're in full graduation season right now.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of kids yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, my party's next Friday." And I mean, next Saturday, I go, "Yeah, I got my
Yeah,
daughter."
I
He's
can't.
like, that was the best. They're like, "You have a daughter that just graduated?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
What do you think of that, motherfucker?
Yeah. Now I'm like, all right, just pick up the ball, we're playing beer pong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the best. It's the best when somebody. Oh, I saw this to Fitzy off here. I gotta say this. So, it's not really a good way to really bust Tommy's balls. Like he doesn't really kind of takes it pretty good. Like he doesn't really. But I finally found the thing that fucking annoys the shit out of him, and I'm just fucking exploit the shit out of it. So. We watched Tyus season. We're
Season
8 we're through 8 episodes.
I'm 3 episodes in.
It's fucking unbelievable.
It's so
and it's
well
better
written.
than the first season.
It
And
is.
the first season was great.
Yeah.
But this is better. It's got a like
I'm embarrassed to say how many times I watched season 1.
Yeah,
It's-
I watched season 1 a couple times, and this one is fucking.
Yeah, you just
like Brendan
scroll on
said,
Netflix and you're like, all right, one
yeah,
more time.
Why not? Because
So,
they're quick
yeah.
hitters. 22,
Oh.
Yeah.
22 minutes in fucking dude. That girl Kyla,
She's
kills it.
Oh,
unbelievable.
hilarious.
Her faces.
You know
that
that's her
she
real
makes-
name, too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyla Fox. The faces that she makes when people are talking, and then I don't want to spoil shit. They hire a new manager. He tries to get Shane to be the manager,
yeah.
and this dude is out of control,
Yeah.
and she's just looking at him
Yeah.
as he's like dancing around the fucking showroom. It's hilarious.
It is funny.
It's great. So anyways, we're watching it, and like it was like when I first met Danny Suda, he's like, oh, you remind me so much of Shane Gillis. Now I'm very fucking aware that I am not as funny as Shane Gillis, not even close, right? Super aware of this, right? And I look less like him now. That I have
Bobby
a beard.
Froyo thinks you look like him.
Yeah. I don't, obviously, but some people have said that. It makes Tommy mad, right? Because he's like, you're gonna fucking close. Meanwhile, he
gets
said
so
that to
mad
me.
because of that?
He said that to me at Shane Gillis that I bought the $400 tickets to, right? So, fast forward, we're watching it. And I'm like, I could tell, I know it kind of bugs him a little bit, but I don't, so I was like, dude, it is kind of weird, like, how much I'm like him, you know what I mean? And then I was like, and he's like, stop doing that, dude. I'm like, and he's like, stop doing that. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then so I'm like, so then like the next morning, I'm like, dude, you know what I might do? I might shave this beard so it's like the same beard that Shane has. So I look more like
Cut
him.
the
You know what I
keep the
mean?
mustache.
He's like, don't fucking do that. He's like, you look like a fucking idiot. I'm like, Am I? I'm just making the face at him. He was getting so fucking annoyed, so I'm just exploiting that for all it's worth. The season's great though. You should watch it if you haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
no,
It's such a great. Yesterday it was pouring out. Like we just sat on the couch, just fucking motoring through, and it had to like at the when we got to like I think we're on eight or we just finished 8. I think it's 10 episodes. I'm like, dude, let's save these last 2. I'm like, I want to fucking save them, you know. But it's great. You should watch that show. Fucking unbelievable.
They got a spoof of Andy Elliott on there.
It's unreal.
Everyone should know who Andy Elliott is.
Yeah, we talked
because
about it a
we've
lot.
talked about it. Joey Boats put us on to him.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like a guy who is like motivational for salesmen.
Car salesman.
And they have a guy that is exactly like him called Brock Mages, and he makes dudes take their shirts off on stage.
Yeah.
And the other kid that's like the main character,
Yeah.
basically, they make him take his
Yeah.
shirt off, and he's got these like fucking
The worst body ever.
narrow shoulders. He's like, what? I have narrow shoulders.
Yeah, it's great. Shane Ghost reminds me of there was a great article years ago. I was like 25 years ago. This guy went and stayed at John Daly's house to write an article on him, and it was like John Daly was like supposed to be not living clean and like he's gassing beers the entire time. The kid just potties with him, and he's like at the end of it, he's like, I'm sitting there with him, and he's smoking a cigarette, hitting chip shots. He's like, I gotta write like what we did, like, but I felt bad, and he's like, and Daly's like, cool, like, right, whatever you want.
Didn't
I don't
give
give
a
a shit.
fuck,
He's
yeah.
like, John Daly's like, everybody's like the older brother. Everybody was like, this guy's the cool. That's what Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like the coolest older brother if you're white.
I love the reoccurring characters of the WAPs, the Indiana.
They're unbelievable.
They're
It's
great.
right up our alley.
It's
I mean,
so
it's
good.
like literally our brand of humor.
One of my favorite parts from season 1, I think it might be episode 1. He's like, "Oh damn, here come the WAPs." Dude, I lose it every single
It's
time.
unbelievable.
Every single time.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's
Come
great.
through the back door. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Andrew
Why?
Schultz.
I need a piece of that ass cake. He's like, that's not my cake, Dad. It has your name on it.
Speaking of WAPs, I went to Giacomo's last night for dinner.
Unreal spot.
Great spot. So me and Maggie went out. We hadn't been out in a while, so we went out to dinner there. This couple sat down next to us, right? I mean, it was, you're talking about unlikely couples, right? Like Giacomo's, the way they seat you is you're almost with the other people.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
you
a
know how it
North End
is.
restaurant.
Yeah, it's North
Yeah.
End style. This was a woman of color, and she was dressed like Cardi B, basically. She had, as to quote my great friend, the great philosopher Jonathan Clark, this woman had village feeders. I mean, she could have fed the whole restaurant. I mean, you want cream in your coffee? This lady had you. You know what I mean? Just pull a tit out and like you were all set, right? I mean, I'm talking about like cans that like are like unbelievably huge, right? And like she just had them on display, right? It was a great dinner.
Was she with a white guy by any chance?
Here we go. So she was with a white guy.
I feel like I know who this is. I'm not kidding. I don't know
Okay.
why, but I do.
She's with a white guy that was the size, like he was about 5'6" to 5'7".
Not the same person. Never
Okay,
mind.
black hair.
Okay.
Had like a black shirt and like khakis, and he was drinking a white wine. And I'm just like, listen, don't let your mind go to the place of like, oh, this chick was a pro. It wasn't like that. Like they were definitely together. I'm just like, this is what an accomplishment, man. I wanted to like be like, listen, congratulations, you're doing a lot for the race. You know what I mean? It's like bridging things. You know what I mean? Like up in the Northeast, I've always said this. Down south, dude, black people, white people are together all the time. Now, your upbringing is way different than mine.
No, but you
In Boston, it's totally different.
right, but you get in school, you're taught that like it's all fucking separated down there. It couldn't be further
Couldn't
from
be
the
further
truth.
from the truth. They all like.
Theo Vaughn said, he goes, "I didn't get that privilege, man."
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like it's
I'm sure there are some super racist people down there.
There
but like,
definitely is,
There
but-
definitely is. But like in general, the majority of the people all are together. Like you go on vacation down south, like there's black people at your resort, there's fucking white people there.
100%.
Like and like up here, it's not like that. Like it just is. It's way more segregated up here than it is down there.
agreed.
So
I mean,
congratulations.
in the city, it's the same. Everyone's everywhere.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
But
But like in the suburbs, it's different.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I just picture Kip and LaFonda from
That- it was
Napoleon
basically,
Dynamite.
it was, dude. It was
That's what
basically.
it was.
Yeah.
It was
Stay home and
basically
eat all the chips, Kip.
Yeah, yeah. It was basically like that, except this guy wasn't as cool as Kip.
No, Kip was sporting a do-rag, a wave cap at the end.
He's all I ever wanted to be.
yeah. But yeah, so it was.
LaFonda.
Napoleon, don't be
Danny, you get some
jealous.
big shows coming up. We should promote that before we get into anything.
Yeah, I always mess this up. Someone asked me last night. It's Juneteenth, so whatever day that is, the 19th. June 19th.
That's a Thursday.
That's a
at
Thursday.
Kowloon?
That's at Giggles.
Oh, okay.
July 31st. Our guy Dennis Wilcox. He started a nonprofit. I'm doing me and Sean O'Brien are doing a show for him at Kowloon, and then August 9th, I'm hosting at Nick's Comedy Stop.
Let's go.
So yeah, it's a good one. Our guy, Dave Russo reached out and he was like,
Nice.
I need you to host this.
Awesome.
So can't wait. Yeah, it's fun. I did reach out to Will Noonan. I know he listens.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said something wrong at one point, but I'm left on red for about 3-4 days now.
That same day, I was just texting back and forth with him.
It's
So he just
unbelievable.
fucking.
I can take a no. You know what I mean? Like you could say,
I fucking love it. I think it's funny.
he's
I
like-
wanted to text him while I was texting him about like the barbecue he was at. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you should reach out to Danny.
the best part was, so that was on a Tuesday. I was like, hey, do you have any spots left? Because his thing's on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And he didn't answer. And then I saw it said scene, and I was like, so he looked at it. And then the next day, the full roster's there, and I'm like, sick, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
you got-
he books that in advance.
Oh,
so it's like,
1,000%. I'm just breaking balls, but like, just tell me no. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
But I hope he just texts you no. After he
That
listens to
would,
this.
yeah. Give him my number.
Yeah.
And I just want to know from a random number. Like, hell yeah.
He was texting me too. He was a TJ Maxx. He found like a Miller Lite tumbler that had a Bluetooth speaker in it, and I'm like, I sent the Forrest Gump gif, and I'm like, me getting a TJ Maxx right now to get this fucking thing. Yeah, so that's funny. So we got like so we're gonna have, if you want to come to, like we said, the finally something cool thing. I'll be playing tunes at that. We got the date for the Halloween party. I don't know exactly what it is.
It's
off the top of my head.
100% a Saturday this
Saturday.
year.
Yeah, so
shout out
that's
to Sean
happening.
B. He's the one that made that happen. It wasn't me.
Yeah, so that's happening. I got to talk to him too. I'm running my fucking 30th high school reunion. How fucking old am I, dude? 30th high
Buddy,
school reunion.
I just passed my 20 year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah, my 25 is this year.
I might look at the IA for our
not going.
location.
When do you?
I don't know. We'll see. We haven't figured out the date.
Because that was my biggest thing.
Finding a date that works. Yeah,
Well, not
yeah.
only that, but like a year ago, there's like a Facebook page with like our class on it.
Yeah.
And they did a survey, like, what do you guys want to do for your 20? So everyone did a survey, and then nothing was done. So now it's me and Iggy trying to like do something,
Yeah.
salvage it around like Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Because like there was
Oh, you're doing yours this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
You're
was-
10 years younger
yeah.
than me. Exactly. Yeah.
So I wanted to like do something, anything. I don't give a shit what it is.
Why are you guys involved in running? Were you like class
No,
president?
so
or
I was
something?
class president. I think I've told this before, but I was class president freshman year. I made all these unbelievable promises, wiffle ball, like a Snapple machine. Nothing got done. So I was fucking immediately replaced. Yeah. But the kid who was the class president was like unresponsive. Like he lives down the South Shore, but he just wouldn't write back. So I'm like, all right, well, somebody's gonna do it. So I did it. We had a JJ Grimsby's. And it was like thrown together. It was funny because I was there. Nobody kind of knew who planned it. Some kids like, dude, fucking Grimsby's for a fucking reunion. Who did this? And I'm like, yeah, me, dickhead. Fucking
And
do me a
you're like,
favor.
and you're here.
Go back and fix the car in the shop. That's all you did in fucking high school. Smoke some fucking weed behind the fucking
Valley
shop.
Forge Automotive.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I gotta figure that out. So I might almost be too big for my class. You know what I mean? Like,
So, you know what though? So we did a 10-year reunion,
yep.
and it was at Wild Rover, and
Yeah.
and it was fine. We had like the upstairs to ourselves, and then at like 10 o'clock, they told us like now it's free for all. Anyone can come up here, but it was fine. But maybe that's why people don't want to go because we had a 10-year one. But I mean, what the fuck? Let's do something,
Oh, you got to do it. Yeah,
I think
ours was the COVID year.
Social
was the
media kind of
15.
fucked it.
Yeah, the COVID year was our 15. So like the problem was that, or our 25. Sorry. So like we didn't do it that year.
Yeah.
So we haven't had it in 10 years. But yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. So, but I'm like, I got this one other kid who does it with me. He's a great guy. This kid, Kevin Mason. He helped me plan it last time. And the problem is that if you run it on Eventbrite, right, which is the best way to run it, because then you get tickets, like everything's just tracked in one place. The problem is Eventbrite doesn't pay you out until like 2 days after the event.
Yeah.
And people buy tickets at the last minute, right? So like basically you're front money. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
and the only other way to do it is Venmo. And it's like, with the golf tournament, like at least we have the pull in the cork Venmo, so it's like easier. I don't want fucking,
Traction.
12 grand coming into my fucking Venmo and going out. You know what I mean? But I'll figure that out. Whatever. But yeah, I'm getting old as shit. But that's a good thing. I'm still alive. Some guy who went to the golf tournament was like, "You look great." You wrote me a text. I sent to Benuzzo. He's like, "I'm glad to see you're prioritizing your health as we see like some of our classmates who passed away recently." And I'm like, I gotta probably prioritize it a little bit better. But
So last night I was at that graduation party, and guy Bubba I coach with, his cousin comes up to me and she's like, "We want to do a dual fucking twin together party for Bubba's father and my father." And I was like, "All right." They're like, "Well, they're gonna be 80." I'm like, "All right, how many people you need?" Bubba just looks at me dead in the face. He goes, "Well, half his friends are dead now, so
Yeah.
like we don't need that much room." And I'm like, "Well, what do you want me to do? Think that I can cut the fucking IA in half? Like, just get the big room. The small
Yeah.
room's way too small."
Yeah.
Like, who cares? If you get 50 people, you get 50 people, but at least
Exactly.
you get the whole room.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, way to be a fucking Debbie Downer. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then he's like, "I got like 30 years left if that's the case." I'm like, fuck, man.
He's the one you went to Notre Dame with?
Yeah.
we had
He's a maniac.
Big boy.
Yeah.
we had
Son is too. He's going to Bridgeton.
Bridgeton Academy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He shit ton of D1 office,
Yeah.
but like classroom wasn't his number one priority.
Yeah.
He's got to do a prep year.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His dad went to Murray State, and because his connections, they came to like a bunch of games at MC. He's going to the Shriners game. He's the man. Fuck.
Listen, you know my feelings on this. It's like, if you're good at certain things,
Yep.
you get breaks. This is the way life works,
Yep.
right? I explained this to my daughter. I'm like, look, how do you get your job this summer? It's because I know somebody, right?
Networking.
Like, networking is
that's
how
it.
everything happens,
That's it.
right? Like
Tell
that's how
everyone
you get like comedy gigs, right?
Yep.
Or somebody just doesn't respond to you. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
but, like,
according to Fontana, that's how
I was gonna
fucking.
say that.
oh, we gotta talk about
What
this.
a piece of shit.
Okay, all right. So listen, Fonz has been in the crosshairs. Obviously, well documented. We love Fonz.
I don't know anymore.
Unbelievable.
I don't know anymore.
So he writes
Like,
a
what
text.
are we doing?
All right, so he writes a text basically be like, "Sorry, Danny, that my comedy career was handed to me on a silver spoon."
But no, he said to a foreman that he does stand up,
Oh, this is
and
what
he
it was.
doesn't want to admit that he said that.
Yeah.
He goes, "No, I said I was a. I
do
never said I was a
comedy."
comedian. I said I do stand up." I go, "What are we talking about?"
He said he did open mics.
No. According to this guy,
No.
The way that it was explained to me, he goes,
No, but he told us that he did open
did-
mics.
he
but
absolutely did.
He told the foreman that he was a comedian.
comedian,
Yeah.
and he never thought that he'd meet me.
A
You
stand-up.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was the best part. And I go, "Wait a minute." I go, "You told him you were a comedian?" I never said that. I said I do comedy. I'm not a comedian or something like that. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." Like, what does that even mean?
And then he
It's
got
basically like-
pissed and he said,
Got pissed, and then he said,
sorry, Danny, my
pretty
fucking-"
much said,
Yeah, yeah.
"Sorry, Danny, I never got like a fucking my stand-up gigs handed to me." Basically, is what he said.
He's saying you didn't have to grind like
Right.
he had to.
Yeah, he was in the trenches.
So my first time doing comedy, I went down to Weymouth at a brewery,
Yep.
not in my comfort zone, because
Yeah.
I knew
That was the first gig.
ever. And then my second gig was I know my third one was at the IA.
Yeah.
What was my second one? Oh, Giggles, because it was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they
Not
hired
even in
me.
the real room.
Not even that was my first joke.
You were like standing around
I was
tables.
bullshit. Yeah. So it wasn't like, but here I am just getting gigs handed to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I
You
didn't
know-
get paid for that shit.
We didn't mention that Danny's opening for Shane Gillis when he comes back.
Yeah, imagine that'd be sick.
Listen, all right, here's an example, right? Sean O'Brien Jr.,
Yeah.
his father, Sean O'Brien, I'll get to that. But, like, he could probably get some connections out of that. That's awesome. He has a connection to Theo Vaughn because his dad was on the thing.
Yep.
That has resulted in him, like, opening for Theo Vaughn. But, like, listen, this is the way the world works.
Yep.
So I'm saying, like, if you're a D1 athlete and you're an idiot, like, you should get into school and they should pay you because that's how they make their money. You know what I mean?
But here's a perfect example, right? Fawns is in the same union I am. A lot of unions, you can't solicit your own work. You can't go to a job site and try to find a job. In ours, we can. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I'm literally just doing the same fucking thing, just in comedy.
Yeah.
Go to a fucking comedy show,
Also,
Fawns.
it's not like you've been booked like 2 years out. Like,
Yeah, I'm booked every weekend. No, like whatever. Be funnier. Fuck you.
that's what I'd say too. I'd say Danny's fucking gas. So get your fucking shit together and get some good bits. You know what? How about with this? Next year when we do the comedy event, Fonz can do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right, so that's handed to you.
Wait.
because you know us.
Can't
How do you
wait.
like that?
Yeah.
That's how the world works.
And he's gonna say no. I don't
He's
know if
gonna
I
like,
want to do this.
yeah. I have an espresso martini. Get
Might
together
have
that
talked
night.
about Fonz a
The
little
guy
bit on
from
Bad
Wicked
Brain, by the
Bites.
way.
Yeah.
What's
Might
that?
have- I said I might have talked about Fonz a little bit on Bad Brain.
Yeah?
In a good way.
In a
you
good
know?
way?
Yeah, it's all
yeah, like we're talking about him now.
Same,
The great
actually, the same exact way.
Yeah, that's great. You guys did 3 hours, Al said.
Dude, it was like, 2 hours and 50 minutes. or
That's
something
great.
Like that.
That's great.
It was just.
I was so bummed yesterday. I was looking for something to listen to because I went to the gym and I'm
didn't
like,
put it up
fuck,
yet.
it's not up yet. I mean, you guys only did it on Friday, so
Right.
it's edited and shit.
We did it in his backyard, and they throw the cans on for the entire show.
Yeah.
I had the sweatiest days in Massachusetts on Friday. And like, I don't know how they do it.
It was like you and a guy at a racetrack
It
somewhere in
was
South Carolina.
nuts, dude. I took him off and I was like, you guys do this every fucking time? And he goes like, how sweaty are your ears? I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna have Nico on soon.
He literally cannot wait.
I can't wait to have him on. I
Yeah.
love Nico. He's a fucking man.
Yeah.
I love every member of that family. They're all fucking awesome.
Agreed.
Justin, Nico, Baco. They all got O's on the end of the names.
Every one of them.
Yeah, it's probably Paulo.
Doesn't matter if you change your name or not.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, so you know what I had to say? I was walking around the lake the other day to get my steps in as you do. So I never knew this like a year ago. You walk around Lake Quannapowa, the one up in Wakefield. Like right around this time, it gets hot. You usually hear thrash in the water, right? So the first time I'm like, oh, bass are fucking jumping out there, right? It's not. It's carp, right?
Yeah.
So carp, when they spawn, this is how it works. Listen, I mean, these carp are fucking so hard. Like, I mean, basically what they do is the male carps jam up against the female carp, right? To get her to fucking
Get her attention?
spit the eggs, right? And then they'll fucking basically blow a load in the water. And then like that is how they do
Premature
it, right?
loses.
But I was just thinking, I'm like, it must be the world is so weird. If anything does make me believe in a higher power, it's like, how the fuck did this happen? like it's like, oh boys, it's 90 out. I am horny as fuck. Let's go. You know what I mean? These poor female cop are getting just ragdolled around
Yeah.
this lake. You know what I mean? Basically, like fucking like sexually assaulted.
How
know what
did
I
you
mean?
find this out?
Because I was so curious. Because dude, I'm talking first of all, cop are like this big, right? They go into the vegetation in the very like shallow water, and they just start like it sounds like somebody's down there like below the bank, just fucking trying to get out of the water. Sounds like 180-pound guys like fucking thrash around in there. Because these things are like 30 pounds, right? Something like that.
They don't get that big. Probably like 6, 7, 8 pounds.
Fuck myself.
Here comes Charlie Moore over
Yeah,
here.
Charlie Moore. These things are big, dude. So, anyways, I was like curious. I'm like, what are they? Are they actually fucking? Or like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
It turns out they bump the chick to get her to squeeze the eggs out, and then they fucking blow a load in the water.
Yeah, I feel bad for the males. There's no insertion.
Yeah,
They
it sucks.
They just blow.
But they
onto
must
the-
get off though.
Of course, yeah. But it's I don't know. It's just odd
Like
to me.
dancing with a girl.
Yeah, imagine like you just bump your wife. You're just like,
The females just drop the eggs,
Oh
like
my
you
God,
said,
I'm gonna go.
yeah,
and then the male comes by and just loads on top of the eggs.
yeah.
What a loser.
And they
I know.
have to. Yeah,
Fucking-
yeah.
What a loser
Yeah.
fucking fish.
It's like
That's
cock-
every fish?
They're all like that. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm a
City.
human.
No
Yes,
shit.
the whales. They're mammals though.
Yeah, they got cocks.
Insertion.
Yeah, same thing with dolphins.
Hell yeah, brother.
They had hammers. Yeah, yeah.
Smart whale.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about?
Stupid fish.
For a couple of things I want to bring up. One, this Elon and Trump thing, I think is hilarious.
It's the best thing.
First of all-
it's the best thing I have had in a year at least.
I'm on a text thread with a few people that are super righties. One guy, I'm like, I know this kid doesn't even know what to do with himself. Like, he's like,
That's-
how do I choose? Like, it's like,
that's the best part about it.
yeah, I'm like, Elon's a rubber, right? Trump
He's
is
a nerd. He was like the kid that asked for homework.
yeah, he's a rubber. Like,
Yeah.
he's a loser. Trump is a complete psychopath, right? Like, everybody's, I mean, whether or not you
He's
think
like
he's
he's
doing a
like
good
John
job.
Daly.
Yeah, he is. Like you should have seen him last night. He walks into UFC, does the fucking
he did
thing.
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
totally, dude. Just sat there the whole time.
I love how he goes to every UFC now.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, fucking.
So like Elon, you know that
Shimmy,
Trump
shimmy.
definitely leaked that shit, like that he was doing drugs on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
Which I love. It's a great move. It's a move that I would do probably. Like let's just leak this shit out, like make him look bad. It's a
What
Red
was-
Sox move. Actually.
Also,
What was he doing? Tussy?
No, he was doing like Adderall, ketamine, like psilocybin, microdosing fucking shit. Like, I mean, he's a maniac. What do you expect? He's not a normal person.
I love the fact that Elon's throwing all these tweets out and they'll never be deleted because he owns the app.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I saw when Theo Vaughn had was it Theo Vaughn that had what's his name on fucking Zuckerberg and had him on and Zuckerberg's like I don't like anything that alters my brain chemistry. Like I don't like even caffeine. I don't even like might have a cup of coffee on vacation. I'm like nerd
Yeah.
alert.
I'm out.
Fucking loser.
I'm out on that guy.
Yeah, that guy could fuck off. By the way, he could fuck off. I mean, you guys like manipulating entire society.
I got so mad when I saw his wife. Like, the guy's not a good looking guy.
No.
But if you're going to get an Asian woman, get the best Asian woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, not some
I see
stick
her.
that you fucking loser.
She's from Newland Street. Like, it's
You know what?
fucking trash.
Get the fucking girl that the guy was eating dinner with last night for the fucking village feeders. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Fonda.
Yeah, LaFonda. Yeah. I mean, Yo's wife is gross. Hope he doesn't listen to this. Bubba Watson. I don't know if he's a big intaker of the political.
I don't know if I've ever
I've
seen
never
her.
seen her.
She's not a good looking woman.
No?
He's a loser, anyways. I hate his guts.
Why don't you like him? Is it because of the visor?
He's a Bible beater, and God's horrible, so that's part of it. No, I mean he's just like one of those guys. He's like just fucking like he's infamously known as kind of a prick on tour. You know what I mean? But he's one of those guys. I don't like a guy who hides behind the Bible, but then is a fucking dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be a Bible guy.
Do you think
Theo-
Tebow's like that?
No, I think Tebow's
Tebow's
a nice
like
guy.
a sweetheart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tebow's like a Jake Wilcox type of guy,
Wow.
like a super great guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, by the way,
My son's new trainer, by the way.
yeah, Nate's
that's
Nate's
awesome.
gonna get his son Ty.
Did you already
Yeah,
talk
I
to him?
connected them on.
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So yeah. By the way, free ad. Jake Wilcox is working one-on-one with kids.
Yeah.
So
That's
your
not
kids
free, by the way.
That's not free.
The free ad.
The free ad. Is, yeah. The ad's free for him, not for you.
Dude, he started posting some of those workouts. He's a fucking dog.
He's a dog.
He goes hard.
So I really want to do.
I mean, you have to be at that level.
Right.
Him and Shay are fucking
Yeah.
peak
Yeah.
physical
I
performance.
really want to do a video where like he works out us and
Us-
Bad Brain.
oh,
We
dude, I
what-
will puke.
I just
Oh,
it'll be great.
I'm gonna fucking snap my ACL. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
so we talked about that on. I know you said you don't want to talk about Bad Brain, but
I never said that, Danny. It's undocumented.
I might have.
That's
I might have
undocumented.
guessed that. I apologize. Nico is all in on that. By the way,
Bo.
he's
What's
yeah,
his name?
Bo Buchanan.
Bo Buchanan. That's his character.
He's like, I will throw. He still thinks he can kick a 35-yard field goal, which is insane. But now I'm like, all right, what if I can make us like train with Jake Wilcox? And he legitimately was like, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's go right now. Harry Delarusso, I can get the gates open. And I'm like, what are we talking about here?
I love it. That's good. Some energy.
But Jake's that type of dude. He would do that. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
Until his agent shuts it down.
Yeah, for sure.
This fucking agent hates my guts. Guys, like, look at these losers, like, fucking that you're hanging out with. He's not
I
wrong.
can't wait to meet this guy. I just want to see what he looks like.
Fucking worst agent.
Looks like Zuckerberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
ugh. Let me see an
fucking-
Asian wife.
Yeah, this is a 0. See an Asian wife. Yeah, so anyways, we're show's growing, by the way. I got, like I said, a couple new Patreon members. If you want to be in the Patreon, it's like $5 a month. Get access to the new show every week, and then sometimes we have extra shirts when you send them to the top dogs.
Not to put you on the spot, but is Fitzy's shirt coming to fruition?
Which shirt is that?
The one we talked about with the
Cursive.
summertime colors.
Oh yeah, we're working on that. We did take our distribution of funds recently. So yeah, but we have a couple sponsorships we're waiting on coming in. So yes, we want to do that. But we got to get that lined up. I got some we got some behind the scenes stuff that has to happen for that to happen. But we'll make that work. We'll make that happen. Next weekend's Father's Day, by the way.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out what day we're gonna fucking record then. I didn't even think of that.
I know.
Um,
No, kids sports don't give a fuck about fathers. I think
Or the
we have-
podcast.
we
no,
have-
no, they don't give a fuck about podcasts.
I think we have hockey and something else. I don't know. Fucking
I used to
crazy.
have fucking. It used to be when Tommy played lacrosse, which he was awful at. Just saying. They used to have the jamborees out in Devon's,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh,
always Father's Day.
I went to that once.
Yeah, and it was fucking pouring.
Yeah.
like one year it was fucking pouring
Yep.
cold. I'm like, this is fucking awful.
Yeah, it's not a fun
It's
time.
nothing better than spending your Father's Day doing that. It is bullshit when you have to go to like your in-laws' fathers to see your in-laws' father. It's like something my sister used to say about Mother's Day. It's like, she's not my mother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's your mother. Like, I kind of agree with her. I love my father-in-law. Let me put that on the record. But he's a small guy, but I got shit to do. You know what I mean?
Speaking of lacrosse season, when my son Brendan played Mother's Day, we would always play and the mothers would have like mimosa stations at the field.
Yeah.
You think we got that in return on Father's Day?
No.
No.
Nothing.
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 No, you get,
We got leftovers, dude. We got ice that had mimosa in it at one point, and you can eat that. Like, that was it.
yeah.
It was it.
Yeah, you don't get shit. I'm wondering, you know what thing that sucks? Have Father's Day and Mother's Day on a Saturday. You know what I mean?
Bang it out one
You can
weekend.
get a little fucking, get after it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, it's Sunday. It's like, fuck, like I got to go to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like the week's looming over your head, you know? But yeah, so we'll figure that out offline. We'll have to figure out when we're going to do it. But we got to do that. Yeah, so that's coming up. And yeah, we got, like I said, we'll do a couple ads right now. Misguided Spirits,
Right in front of you.
right in front of us. If you're watching YouTube, by the way, subscribe to the YouTube and go to YouTube and watch us. You can do that. Misguided Spirits, they're out of New York. They're one of the best. If you go to the last show, I said everywhere they're at. Now, if you're in the Melrose area, they're at Buckaloo's. You can go there. You can buy a fucking wine glass that says like Melrose Mom, and you can fill it with vodka. You can be a fucking piece of shit. Their beer's, their liquor's great. You should check them out, follow them, all this stuff. It's Drink Misguided on Instagram, and it's misguidedspirits.com. Also, real quick, we got to say this now. If you can, you got to order now for Father's Day for American Benchcraft. So AmericanBenchcraft.com, Benchcraft at Benchcraft on Instagram, 20% off. Use the code Corker. I need to get a new belt because I'm too skinny for my belt now. So my
Hell
belt
yeah.
is no longer too tight, as my doctor used to say.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, great problem to have. I got a ledger that names go into. Fitzy found out, well, he's taking a piss last week that his name was in the ledger. But it came out, it was in pencil, like I said.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was in pencil.
That's why I was early.
It's already, yeah. It's on time for this.
It was Saturday night. He's like, hey, I'm in the garage.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so we got Misguided Spirits, and why don't you do Bella's real quick, then we'll do the other ones again.
1211 Osgood Street. North Andover, bellasna.com, as we know. Stands for North Andover, not Narcotics Anonymous. Still the reigning champ of Beef Madness, best in the game. Get up there. Harry, Sandra, the rest of the squad, get up there.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Someone was asking me about best beefs around, and I was like, I told the ones that were like close to us, but then I was like, you got to go to Bella's. It's in North Andover.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, where in North Andover? Is it on like blah, blah? I was like 1211 Osgood
Osgood
Street.
I
And
gotta
they're like, how do you know the address? I was like, I don't know. I've
I
been
got a
there a
guy.
few times.
I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna be on my deathbed and be like 1211 Osgood Street. Like I fucking, you just say it like it just comes flying out of your mouth. I haven't had a beef in like fucking 2 months,
been-
dude.
Yeah,
It's been
it's
a
been a
while.
minute
I
for
might
me.
get one today because the Beefy Boys truck I think
Oh,
is at the
yeah.
event.
Yep.
So I
What
might
time
get
does
one.
that start?
3:30.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, and I'm playing at 3:30, and then there's some bucket of cum or something's playing at what's they called? Bucket of soul. or
Sounds
something?
right.
Yeah, I love Bucket of Cum. It's one of the best bands.
So yesterday we had hockey in the morning, and then Connor was supposed to have a game at 1:30.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the forecast, and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna show up for the game, and all of a sudden the sky's gonna open up and
Right.
dump all over us. And sure enough, we are driving to the game, which is like 3 minutes around the corner from my house, and it opens up and it's pouring. So I'm in the parking lot. The coach is running around soaked. I'm the assistant coach,
Yeah.
dry in my car. That's the perks of being the assistant coach. And then sure enough, it gets canceled. They're like, okay, noon tomorrow. I was like, perfect. We'll do the show in the morning. I'll coach baseball at noon, and then I'll go to Fergfest for a little bit, or Beefs and Bites or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. And then all of a sudden, you know how your calendar like syncs?
yeah,
Noon disappears and 3:30 pops up.
yeah,
And
that
I was
sucks.
like, fuck.
yeah.
Because I wanted to go. I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
go see you.
Yeah, it'd be
see
good
you
time.
play,
There's all
hang
you
out-
guys
hang out
out
with the
there.
guys and
I'm-
shit.
It was
excited.
awesome last year.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
a
it was
blast.
a blast.
I had a
Be
blast.
out there, walk around like a Hawaiian shirt, you know.
I'm actually, you know, he's going to be there. I'm mad that you're seeing him.
yeah.
I think he's got summer hockey, so I don't
Oh,
even think,
really?
Yeah,
I don't think
he can go
Al's going to
either.
be there.
Oh, fuck.
I had a funny one. Speaking of kids sports, Addie had her last softball game on. I think it was Friday. She has something tonight that's just like a get together thing. But so she's been playing volleyball all year, right? So she goes, she gets a good hit. She goes, she slides in a home, but she slides in fucking. Oh, it's the third, but she slides in on her knees, right? Like, and I'm like, what the fuck was that, right? And then she goes to run home. She goes to slide in. She slides in on her knees, and she looks up at the ump, and she's like, And he's like, yeah, you're out. I'm like, you shouldn't have looked up. Like, that's how he knew. But I was like, what? What the fuck was that? Like sliding your knees? Like
They
she's
don't
like,
teach
she's
that,
like,
do
it's
they?
because of volleyball, because you have the pads and you slide
Oh.
your knees.
Yeah.
But what cracked me up was afterwards, the guy who coaches the team. He's coached every team. He's the fucking best. But Nick Picarello, by the way, is responsible for the two deer things. He brought those in. He goes, Addie, nice Lieutenant Dan slide into home. Because the bottom two halves of her legs behind her. It's fucking great.
We got no legs, Addie.
Yeah. But season's over, dude. That girl lives the fucking life, by the way. Like, she's got summer softball, and then she goes to Camp Coniston, which is up in New Hampshire for 2 weeks, right? Sleepaway camp. Never had sleepaway camp in my fucking life.
Right.
And then we pick her up and directly go to Maine for a week. So I'm like, you're living the fucking life
They
like
all
right
do.
now. Yeah.
They all do. I'd
Yeah.
love to be a kid again.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Tessa's only working like 25 hours a week. So if you and Melissa do need like mother's helper at some point, just let me know what I'll let you know what our schedule is.
Roger that.
But yeah, so also I saw this kid at the gym yesterday, who not a big deal. I was there on a Saturday. I saw this kid, Matt Bastieri. I think he listens to the show. Great Melrose kid. We grew up together, went to the same grade school. He's a couple years younger than me, or a few years younger than me. There's a guy that works out. I often want to talk about this guy, but I'm afraid he's gonna kill me. So like, I just gotta put that out there.
the guy that you always talk about.
Yeah, I almost don't want to talk about him now. No, this guy is jacked, first of all.
No, but it's not the psychopath that we always talk about, but you never mention his name.
This is the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know his name, thank God.
Okay.
This guy he's got a lot of tattoos. I'm just gonna say that. He kickboxes in between every fucking weight thing he does. This guy would fucking blast my face off its my fat, fake Shane Gillis face would be in the parking lot. Like, I'm very scared of this guy. Like, I would just say that. But he manipulates a lot of machines at once, and he's kickboxing in between everything, right? The kid texted me after saw him there. He's like, that guy drives me nuts. I love when you have a little inside baseball. He's like, dude, he manipulates like 4 machines and he's kickboxing in between. It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme in the fucking gym. You got some I said, yeah, some buttes in there. He's like, I used to go to the Planet Fitness in Malden. He goes, there's some real buttes in that fucking place.
How about that fucking retard Fontana again? He texts me Friday, right? I get a Snapchat. I barely even use Snapchat anymore. I get a Snapchat.
By the way, there is no Fonz without Danny, so this is the best.
I get a Snapchat from this guy Friday, and I open it up. I barely even use Snapchat anymore. Like,
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
get it, it's just like a quick hit or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get one from him, which I've never got in my life. And it's a picture of like him inside Planet Fitness in Malden. Tags my name. No Danny Gillis in sight. I don't go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Never been a member
you
there
go
in
to
my
Crunch,
life. I go to
right?
Crunch.
Yeah.
I go, you fucking retard. I go, I'm not even a member there. He's like, isn't this closer to your house? I go, it doesn't matter. It's a fucking shit gym. They give Domino's at 8 a.m.
That's why he goes.
Yeah. Shit.
He loves fucking calling you out.
He loves it. But he couldn't have been more wrong.
Oh, also, we
The
got,
enders have it. Shut up.
Yeah. Let me just grift on Al's stuff. Real quick. So, what we talked about at the beginning of the show. Bobby C has lost like 50 pounds. He looks great. So, Success Lifts, go to successlift.com. If you're in the Patreon, you can get in the group. Brian gives you all these custom workouts. I mean, just look at Bobby. I mean, if you really follow it, like we're loose with it.
And Mohan.
And Mohan.
Yeah.
Mohan looks great. He's down like 50 pounds.
And
but-
Fontana.
Yeah, he's down like 4 pounds. I basically did this to try to save Fonz's life, and like this is what I got. But so Bobby looks great. Panuzzo obviously has got him fucking dialed in. And Bobby's like he says, he's like, I'm autistic about this shit. Like he's like, fucking, we'll get into it. All I gotta say is this: like, if I were being really honest, and I'm gonna make this probably into a reel and put the picture up of Bobby. Now, Panuzzo gave him the diet and everything, and Bobby followed it, right? And did all the workouts. If I don't do this podcast, I have the idea and ask Danny to do it. Like, Bobby's still fat loser.
Yeah.
Like, this is really my win. This is a win for Brendan Ahern.
You hear that, Bob?
Yeah, like Bob's still like sitting around being like, oh, like my life kind of is okay.
Playing Call of Duty.
And you know what's
Yeah, playing Call of Duty with you.
he
and like
gave up
eating
video
snacks.
games. He doesn't play video games.
What?
Because he's dialed into fucking what he's doing.
Because he doesn't have time. He's
You know
going to
what's
the gym.
crazy
have
though?
time.
Not that I see him every single day. Every time I see the kid, he's eating sweets, like goodies. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking cookies.
No, it was only that. I think those
Cheesecake.
2 cookies were the only time he's fucking eaten anything.
He's dialed.
Maybe I seen him then, and that was it.
I gotta
Dude,
say
he's
this.
fucking dialed.
Yeah, so it's a win for me. I mean, listen, he looks great. And Panuzzo, is doing great too, obviously with his business. But I gotta just say that, like, if I don't bring those 2 together, nothing's happening for for their relationship.
People
so
helping
because listen, I'm a networker. I'm a bridge between two
It's
continents.
all about you.
It is all about me. It's 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. So Shane, I did see a clip came up with Shane Gillis on like TikTok talking on his show, and he's talking about like, the biggest perverts in the world. He's like, guys at a golf tournament with the cock girls.
Oh, yeah.
It really resonated. But like, it is true. It's like the guys. It's like they think they're in a strip club.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you do on Friday nights?
They touch on that in the fucking in the show too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because they're eating dinner. Him and his father are eating dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And the father's like, he's like, you probably think every waitress wants to fuck you, and he's like, they all did.
The guy, by the way, the guy who plays his father is Lloyd from Wings, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in Sideways. That guy's
he's
awesome.
great. Yeah,
he's
he's great.
fucking great.
Yeah.
I saw someone made a video, whatever. And it was like when the cock girl says, "Let me see what you got," and it's got like crowd noise, like you're at the free throw line, and the fucking kids' club's going fucking like he's at the shakes. It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
I haven't even been really able to play golf. I've been so fucking busy. I want to play wicked bad, but work's been busy and shit. And then the weekends, like, you kind of don't want to play on the weekends because it takes so long on the weekends. So it's like we got to figure out time. So basically, my first round back is gonna be playing Fawns one-on-one. I'm really excited for it, to be honest with you. I think it's gonna be great content.
I can't wait.
People are excited. People in the Patreon are like, I need a fucking live stream to this fucking match. You know? What do you think Fawns is gonna shoot? So it's max double par.
118.
I was about to say it's over 100.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not gonna shoot over 100. Probably.
Yeah, you are.
You think I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
over 100?
And I'm not blowing your dick. You're gonna shoot under.
Oh, under.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, he'll be. I think 115 plus.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out.
'Cause
he's
you're
gonna listen
following-
to this and he's just gonna start doing push-ups
Yeah.
and fucking
I'm
listening
looking
to
at
Rocky.
I'm looking at the weather for the hottest day.
You're following the rules. You know what I mean? When you're out there just fucking playing your ball and you're like, oh yeah, that doesn't count. There's a mulligan, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You're taking fucking breakfast balls. You're doing all that shit. If you're following the rules, he'll be way over 100. Dude.
We're gonna find out. He's gonna not like this episode, by the way.
That's fine.
Hey, listen, he could get three episodes out of it if he fucking dials it in. Maybe he's working with a swing coach.
Wouldn't it be great if like he fucking just runs the show for three? Like he kicks you out and like he just starts hosting.
Dude, it would be
unbelievable.
hilarious.
I mean, listen, if he beats me, which is well within, I mean, I can play horrible. So like, if he beats me, I mean, I'm not like disappointed that like we're gonna have Fonz on 3 times. Like, I mean, we're just
It's
ragdoll him
win-win.
around for 3
Yeah,
years.
you know, it is a win-win.
It's win-win for us. I think I wouldn't be surprised if me and Danny beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
Right.
I'm not-
At this point right now, Fonz is going,
Are you serious?
come on, will ya?
He'd be a great character in Tyus, actually. By the way, I just have to say it one more time. Like, gotta watch that show. Stavros is fucking great. in it.
He's great.
He's unbelievable in it.
Yeah, he's great.
He was great in season 1, but like within the first 3 episodes, I'm crying at everything that this guy does.
Yeah.
The best was there was a cameo of Matt McCusker,
Yeah.
and it was like he had like negative lines,
Yeah.
but he's just there dressed as a bike cop.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
It's great.
He's a riot.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked how they use a girl for Shane's like love interest who looks like a regular ass girl. Looks like a girl that Shane would really date in real life if he wasn't a comedian. Like, his girlfriend's a fucking gas can. Have you seen a picture of her?
No.
Oh,
Did you ever
she's a
see?
fucking 9.
Is her ex really a Navy SEAL? Or is that just a bit?
Maybe.
No, I think
Yeah,
I think that's a who knows.
It's,
I don't know.
it's one of the funniest
It
jokes
is.
I've
It's
ever heard
fucking
in my
hilarious,
life.
Yeah.
But there's a reel on Best Bad Friends. Is that Bobby Lee and
Yeah,
what's
Best
his
Friends,
face?
yeah.
Yeah. Where Bobby starts saying your take, where in a world where Shane is not a fucking famous comedian, he doesn't get that girl.
Yeah.
And all of them turn on him and they're like, you're underestimating
they call
Shane.
Shane.
And then they call him and Shane's like, they're like, is this war now? Because
Yeah.
Bobby said this. And he's like, no, I wish the best for Bobby.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, and then Bobby's
Bob's a
just
great
like,
guy.
like
Shitting his
completely
pants.
depressed because of it. Because he was an asshole and Shane was just like fucking polite to him,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, that's just life. It's like we said about who you know. It's like, dude, yeah, if you're a fucking star, you're gonna get chicks who like stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Like if I was a fucking
Like
if any
Bill
of us were a
Belichick,
star,
by any chance?
yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's the proofs of the fucking pudding. You
Right.
know what I mean? Literally, the pudding he drops on fucking Jordan, whatever her name is, the old man pudding. That's the tapioca pudding.
I can't
right?
believe that people are like not rude for that guy at this point. Like,
Who, Belichick?
yeah, like just let
Yeah,
him,
fuck,
get
he's-
him some.
I think it's kind of over. It's like who cares? Like,
know.
like people are like it's elder abuse. It's like she's riding his dick. Like
Speaking of North
abuse?
Carolina, well, not elder abuse, but Bobby Furrow's son's down in North Carolina right now at a camp.
really,
Yeah,
nice for kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, that's great. We need some more star athletes come out of the like.
we
lineage of
honestly
this
we're not
show.
doing bad right now.
Hey, Panuzzo's kid's
For
like a
what we-
fucking absolute stud pitcher. Like I
Yeah.
think he's probably going to be like in the major leagues.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm gonna grift on that.
Let's
Like,
go.
I'm gonna absolutely be like, oh yeah, I know this kid. Like,
yeah, like success stuff was cool, but we promoted it.
yeah, exactly.
You
I
know?
mean, like, there's no Hudson Panuzzo without me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
His name's Hudson.
yeah,
That's
it's a great pro athlete name.
Do you think they call him Huddy? Like, what's
I
his
don't know.
nickname?
Hud.
I grew up with a Hud.
Like, if that was my friend, I'd call him Pud. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, hey, Pud face, what's up? You
Is
know?
it after the river?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's this classic move by like an Italian from fucking New York.
It's like if I named my kid Gillette.
yeah, the best a man could get. You know what I mean?
Gilly.
Imagine if his name was Gillette and he was gay, so you're like Gillette, the best a man
Dude,
could get.
you
You know what I
dropped the
mean?
ball. Gillette Gillis would have been fucking sick. Gilly Gilly.
Which what? Wow,
That would have been unbelievable.
it's crazy.
Gilly Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some Bud Light commercials
Yeah,
with Dilly Dilly.
it's funny. Remember, you obviously the Dilly Dilly. Someone got me a Gilly Gilly shirt
That's sick.
with that logo on it. It was
sick.
dope. Lost it within 24 hours, but it was a great fucking.
You gotta name. I do think like when you're naming your kids, like you kind of should stay within like the fucking like. Listen, we all like I forget who said it, was Bill Burr or somebody says like they'll find a way to be like, oh yeah, like your name is like Dave. It's like Dave fuckface Dave. You know what I mean? Like you'll find something to make fun of you about.
Yeah.
But like I like when a kid has like an old school name that nobody has anymore. You know what I mean? Like give me a Glenn. You know what I mean? Give me like give me a Hank. You know?
Hank's great.
Yeah, Hank's a great one. Like, I like when a kid has an old school name. I wanted to give the girl, I think Tess, I wanted to name her like one of the Irish names, like Siobhan or something. But Meg's like, people are not going to spell this fucking name. It's going to be
Yeah.
a whole thing.
We
Like,
almost went Maeve.
we almost did that.
Maeve's a great one.
Yeah.
Because you can read it.
Yeah,
Like those other ones, like
Yeah.
Sasha and
Yeah,
and fucking-
yeah, yeah.
Siobhan is nuts.
Yeah.
Siobhan's nuts. Yeah, yeah,
I love it.
yeah. It's a great name.
I love it.
It's awesome.
I think Maeve actually in Ireland is with like a BH.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like
But, like, we-
SIOBHAN.
obviously-
No, Maeve.
No, Maeve.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Maeve is BH at the
V
end.
is
V
BH.
BH, yeah.
A kid I know, a great dude. His brother's a fucking hitter. I think he runs like Bank of America now. His name's Michael, but the Irish, so it's Mihal.
Yep.
So like, and I'm like, that's a weird name to say. You know what I mean? Like Mihal. You know, it almost sounds like, oh, you play marbles, like Mihal. You know, give me the number 32.
Yeah.
Mihal.
32 coming back to you.
Yeah, you don't want to give your kid a name that's just gonna get
Imagine
fucking ruined.
Siobhan going to pick up Chinese food. I got food for Saibo.
Oh man.
It's like, no, it's Siobhan. No, there's a BH in there.
Everyone around here names their dogs like Fenway
I hate
or
that.
Logan.
That you know you hate that person.
Yeah.
Logan.
Logan Airport.
Logan's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Or like Brewski or something, or
like
Brady.
Dorchester.
Dorchester. Get in here, Dorchester.
Get in here, you piece of
Dorchester.
shit. Yeah.
Panuzzo took it to the next level and
Yeah.
named his kid Hudson
After a
after
river.
a river
You know what I mean?
in fucking New
That's
Jersey.
insanity.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, by the way.
Oh, the guy fucking flew his plane into that river. Nice.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
name my
Sully.
kid that. Sully.
So,
Like,
what a-
you
let's
name a kid
go.
Fenway, like, I think
Yeah.
you're a fucking dickhead. I know somebody who has a kid named Fenway.
Dude, George
No, you don't.
Costanza.
And
I
they
know
have
a kid-
another kid named, I'm not going to say it on here. I'll say
I
it
know
on
a kid. He's not really a friend of mine, so I really don't give a shit. He named his kid Boston.
Mm.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing to do to somebody.
He's from Revere. So, like,
Yeah.
name your kid Revere.
Name your kid Nintendo. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like,
PS5.
Fucking, yeah, PS5.
New Deal, come here.
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck was I just going to say?
PS5.
I don't know.
You know what's great? There's a guy.
It'll come back.
Remind me on the Patreon and tell the story about the guy who has a black name is white. It's pretty good.
Well, I mean, Siobhan is dominant in the black community right now.
is it?
But they spell it like how you and I would spell without knowing like the Irish spelling.
Yeah.
Siobhan
Well,
is
Tyrone
SHA.
is
Tyrone is a county in
yeah,
Ireland.
yeah, yeah,
Jerome, I know a couple Jeromes. I know a Denzel from Ireland.
yeah.
Like we're kind of in the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, it's like me with Bobby C. We kind of like fucking really set the whole world on fire with names. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of Nikos though and stuff like that.
No.
You know? There's not a lot of that. I remember like
Nico is a fire name.
it
though.
is a great name. I remember O'Malley worked, his wife was from Ireland, obviously, and they were living here, and she worked with a girl who was from Ireland, but she was of Asian descent. This is a fucking funny story. He went to the wedding. He's like, it's so weird when you're talking to now. He's like, I'm used to it now, but like at the time, you meet a person who looks Asian, but they're talking in a brogue is very strange initially. And he went to a wedding, and she married a guy from Chinatown who was like really Chinese. So they went to a wedding. And it was at like a dim sum place, and he's like, dude, it was fucking insane. He's like, all these Asian guys were like smoking and gambling at the wedding, and then all of a sudden, like a fight broke out over the money, and the guy's like, all of a sudden he's here like, and all of a sudden he's like a teapot's like he's like with shark fin soup, gambling and fucking cigarettes. Like everybody was smoking butts in there.
My type
I'm
of
like,
place.
Playing Pai Gow.
yeah, playing marbles.
Playing that one song that's in every single Chinese restaurant when you pick it up. Bing, dong, dong,
Yeah.
dina.
We got Ben Franklin Print Company, benfranklinprintco.com for all your printing needs. They printed all the shirts, everything we do, they print. They print the signs. By the way, I forget who it was. Somebody wrote like on their sign, I was like putting the signs back in the office for the tournament. And I'm like, well, you're going to cost you $110 next year to sponsor. But they do everything great. The shirts are fucking amazing. Unfortunately, me and Danny don't have a large. But everything they do is awesome there. So check them out and buy your stuff from them if you're getting stuff printed for graduation or anything
Without
like that.
question, the most comfortable shirt I've
Yeah,
I
it's
have.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I grabbed like 3XLs, which like Tommy's just living in a PTC shirt. Basically, that's what he's doing. So the good thing is, dude, the shit's so comfortable. Like I saw Buggy. You came back from a trip in Maine. I was walking up the street, and he had on the PTC. He's like, dude, I was like just draped and pulling the cork all weekend. I'm like, that's great. The shit's fucking good.
Yeah.
By the way, I will say this about Bad Brain. Alan said like sweatshirts over $60. Like that's fucking
He's
bullshit.
right.
Oh, yeah.
No, I agreed with him.
I agree, but we charge 65 because
Yeah.
they cost so much to make now.
Yep.
If you want to, all right, here's my thing.
Maybe I never put that into perspective because we
quality,
got
yeah.
our own
Yeah,
for
yeah.
nothing.
Here's my, or maybe we charge 60. I can't remember what we
It's
charge.
we charge 60,
charge 60.
70 with shipping.
70 with shipping.
Yeah.
So here's my thing about $60 sweatshirt or $65 sweatshirt. I will gladly pay $65. First of all,
Too, if it's
for a quality,
if
yeah.
a t-shirt is 30,
Well, his reasoning was Carhartt has $50 hoodies in there. They're dynamite.
I don't blame him. I agree with him, and I don't like paying a lot of money for shit either.
Right.
What I'm saying is that like,
Carhartt's a $1 million company that
Right.
can afford to fucking buy in huge bulk.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like if you're buying our sweatshirt, it's $60 because it's fucking quality.
Yeah.
And we only want 50
yeah.
of them.
Meanwhile,
Right.
this is a guy, Bad Brain, who was drop shipping sweatshirts. I have a sweatshirt I paid for like in fucking November last year. It still isn't here. That says like how are ya on it. Like it's still fucking gone. I emailed the company. I'm like, hey, I haven't seen it. They're like, it's still in production. I'm
They're,
like,
like, processing.
who is hand drawing this fucking thing, right? But like,
Sweatshirt's
but I'll
buffering.
pay. I'm not gonna pay above $70 for a hoodie. But I'll say this. Hoodies fucking, dude, it becomes like I wear a hoodie 90% of the time,
time, yeah.
in like basically 10
This
months
is
out of
my
the year.
son's
Yeah.
essential hoodie that's $100. He's not getting this back.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
chance.
also, I'm going to say that Maggie got me like, people are going to be really taking it out of me, but like she got me for, I think it was Father's Day last year. She got me sweatpants and it was my birthday. Sweatpants and a sweatshirt from Lululemon, right? Size
okay.
large, right?
That's
First-
$250.
That was $250, right?
Yeah.
Worst sweatshirt in the world.
Really?
It's
Really?
just not. It's not that like it fits me, but it's not like long enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sucks. And I'm like, all right, this is $100 sweatshirt that like some fucking squid probably wears around, being like, oh yeah, look at me. I already fucking threw it in Goodwill. I'm like,
My-
fuck this.
How's
My
the
daughter-
sweatpants?
That, by the way, it's a sign of wealth. You're just like, yeah, take this.
Yeah, take
Lululemon.
this Lululemon.
Some poor guy wearing
Some
Lululemon.
kid, some guy in Pine Street Inn's like, hell yeah, brother.
My daughter and all her friends, this brand Comfy,
Yeah.
they have
That's-
all the
That's like all over my fucking algorithm right
matching sweatpants and
Yeah.
sweatshirt. Here's a story about a sweatshirt, right? So Josh gave us those
garage
fire
ones.
garage ones. Fucking Evan calls me. Well, last Sunday we had a baseball game and he's there. He's like, dude, do you want to evaluate 9 and 10-year-olds tomorrow night for Bay States? And I'm like, not really. This is Monday. So he's talking about Monday night, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, you're my friend. If you really need me to do it,
do it.
let me know and I'll do it, right? So he doesn't say anything. And then
So he's not your friend.
Monday afternoon, he texts me and he goes, hey, you still up for evaluating those kids? And I was like, oh, fuck. And now I'm hungover, right? Shitty Monday. I go, yeah, if you really, really need me, right? And I go, what
Couldn't
time?
get the hint.
Yeah, he couldn't get to him. What time? He goes, 5 to 8. I go, if you can't find anyone, I'll be there. He's like, I can't find anyone. So I was fucking out there
Yeah.
evaluating fucking 9 and 10-year-olds. These kids are
Grady Little over there.
Yeah.
These kids are nasty. I was
Wendell
good at
Kim.
I was good at baseball.
Yeah.
So like I know like the
And English.
English and baseball. That's what I do.
Ironically, everyone that knows English is not good at baseball anymore. It's just Spanish.
Yeah, dude. These kids are great.
Yeah.
9 and 10-year-olds, they're fucking light years ahead of where Connor is at 8.
No shit.
It's fucking wild. But it's because they play a lot. A lot of these kids are AAU kids too.
Yeah.
So they play all season, all year, indoor. That's why kids don't go pro up here.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the
Well, it's the same with
seasons.
golf. It's like you don't have the seasons to play in. You have
Yeah.
to move a kid. Like actually,
Georgia, Florida.
that chick. So I was going through the people last night with Tommy on. I'm like, put my bets in. So I'm like, how about the girl fight, the Kayla whatever and Pena girl? He's like Kayla whatever. I'm like, oh okay, like definitely. He's like she looks like Triple H, and I'm like, literally she comes to the screen, she looks like Triple H. Then I find out she moved from Ohio to Boston to work out of that Pedro's jiu-jitsu or judo out of Wakefield.
Yeah.
They've put like a bunch of Olympians. She won gold twice. This chick, it looks like fucking, she plays middle linebacker somewhere, right? Beats the bag out of the Spanish chick, right? And then she's just Bible verses, right? And then it's just like, I'm only able to do this because of the Lord and all this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What about
This
your
other
coach?
This other chick's fucking likes the Lord too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Lord likes you more? Like, I think to be at that, we've talked about it a million times, litigated 1,000 times, but like, to be at that level of like into like the Lord, it's like, and just believe that blindly, it's like you have to be dumb to be like, the Lord is allowing me to, he wants me to win this fight. Like, you know what I mean? And then like afterwards, some chick's coming out of retirement who I guess is a badass. She came into the ring, they're gonna fight. I want this chick to fucking ring Kayla Harrison's bell. I want her to fucking take the Lord. I want her to take her soul. I wish she was like, I'm on the devil's side. Like,
What
you know what I mean?
Brendan's hating on Notre Dame
Huge.
right now.
Yeah.
Do you
know
even
what?
know that you're
What,
hating
touchdown Jesus?
on? Yeah, dude, they
yeah,
pray before every game.
Yeah, I'm not against that.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you know,
saying,
Fitz,
sane.
I know you're trying to get me riled up. It's not going to work because if Notre Dame didn't have a fucking church on their campus, I wouldn't give a shit. I
Yeah.
really wouldn't. Everyone,
But they do, and they pray before every game for a victory.
Our Lady of Victory, pray for us.
Yes.
Every game.
So Brendan's hating on Notre Dame.
yeah,
I just
get
don't
it.
like people who hide like behind the veil of the
Dude,
Lord.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like just
Oh,
be,
you mean like every person that's murdered somebody's like, I found the Lord now?
yeah, I found God. You know what I mean?
Changed.
It's like, yeah, I bet you did fucking. Who's that kid that you love? That's the guy up in Making a Murderer.
Oh, Brendan Dassey.
You love him. You're like one of his
He's
biggest
innocent,
fans.
by the
You,
way.
Fitzy
He's
sends
100%.
letters.
He's 100% innocent.
Fitzy's a letter buddy to him. He's like the pen pals.
I
If
send
you
him WWE up.
If you could find his fucking address, I would send it. I know he's not in jail though, so whatever.
yeah, yeah.
I donate to his canteen.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like the kid needs some snacks. You know what I mean? He's just fucking all alone in there. You know,
Needs
Get
soups.
fucking-
I'm a Brendan Dassey guy.
getting fucking.
Yeah,
I mean, who
dude,
is it?
fucking-
You know what
I
I
just
mean?
wanted to
Poor
watch a
kid.
little wrestling.
I know.
You ever have that nightmare that you like commit a fucking awful? You don't remember committing the crime, but like you like realize you're going to jail for like ever. Like I think that's more of like a soft white guy dream. You know what I mean? Nightmare.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
have that one.
I'd have to have guys in here training me how to go to prison. You know what I mean?
Like the movie Get Hard.
Yeah, like it'd be like get hot. The scene when it's supposed to be like the fake in the prison scene
Yeah.
is one of the funniest scenes
It's
I've ever
so-
seen in any movie.
comes on Netflix tomorrow.
Oh, I gotta watch
Yeah.
that. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
I watched. Also, Tommy told me that his buddies was making fun of him for listening to podcasts. He doesn't listen to this podcast, but he's like, "What? They're like, listen to music." He's like, "You're on a 3-hour car ride. You gotta listen to music the entire time." He's like, "They said it's for like old people." I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think most people listen to podcasts. These
Yeah,
days.
podcasts
I think
are
your
awesome.
friends are losers.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think you need new friends. That's what I told them. They're not allowed in the house.
Start
anymore.
over.
Yeah. Get Ethan out of here. All right. So I think we did all the ads, right?
Oh, we got Tedco.
Oh, Tedco. Yeah, a better construction process.
And I think we got one more.
We don't. We did Misguided. We did Benchcraft. We did Bella's. We did Ben Franklin Print Company. We did Success Lift.
Okay.
So this is it. This is the end of it. You could turn it off if you don't want to find out something really great at the end of this episode. Tedco, better construction process. They're working on Fitzy's place. You can develop film. They can make a film room for you.
I need to shout out Tedco and the project manager and the HVAC guys and the electrician because Thursday was 94 degrees
Yeah.
and they had everything installed.
Yeah.
But the AC wasn't charged and the electrician wasn't there to hook up the thermostat and the air handler. So the HVAC guy, the foreman's there, and I'm like, what are you thinking for like when we can fire this thing up? He's like, probably Monday. And I was like, it's 90 degrees out. It would be great if I could sleep with this thing fucking running tonight.
Sure.
And he goes, all right, I'm not making any promises. Let me see what we can do because we need an electrician here. And sure enough, I'm sitting there because I was off because I was taking care of the kids. Sure enough, electrician walks through the door, goes up there, buys the air handler. They come back, things charged, fire it up.
Nice.
I'm sleeping with central air right now. So shout out to Tedco. Thank you for making that happen.
617-996-6827. There wasn't any real good story to wait for at the end, so if you waited, you're an idiot. That said, I went over
voicemail though.
We do have a voicemail. Yeah, we'll get that in a second. But like my parent, like, so I have now because we got the mini splits. I have central air essentially.
Yep.
I guess same thing. My parents' house was old Victorian. Is a hot box. This place, right? Like we walked in. I took Tommy driving again the other day. We're still at it, and it was like you walked in. I'm like, oh, this will bring back all the memories. And I had the attic room, and like I would just like I think I've said this. I would take a wet towel. I would drape it over myself, and then I would like put the fucking box fan right next to me,
Yeah.
and I would just take the towel off and be like, and hope to fall asleep, like, and just make it through the night. You know what I mean? It was the fucking worst, dude. Like, not having air conditioning is brutal.
Air conditioning it's what a privilege.
Yeah, it didn't honestly. I was so used to it. Like when we lived, me and my buddies had an apartment in Southie. Like they'd have ACs in their wall. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm like, I would have it without it. I was just used to being a piece of shit. And then once I got it, I was just completely fucking
you
converted.
can't not have it.
Yeah.
Growing up in Somerville, we were on a bottom apartment in a triple decker, and we had one room that had a window unit, and we would have like a sheet to keep that room
Keep that one cold. Yeah.
And fucking at some point, like we would sleep on the floor. My parents would be on the couch, and we would just be in that
room. Yeah, the cold
Yeah,
room.
yeah. My buddy had that. Their living room was AC'd, and it was like they had all the fucking drapes up like over the
best.
fucking
Yeah.
big entryways. Times were tough.
Dude, what? We
Just
were
a
all
sheet.
We were all
Yeah,
trash.
times were tough back in '87. You know what I mean? Like,
And the window unit was like, there's not even a knob.
Yep.
We had like vice grips on there to turn the thing on.
Hell yeah.
It was like a fucking 17-year-old window unit.
I did not test the headphones. You know they're not going to work. Obviously.
I'm
See
good
if
I
right
yours-
now.
have faith.
See if yours work, Fitz. Do they work?
Yep,
Oh fuck!
Let's
Yes.
go.
You know it's going to be a good week when that happens.
we do it.
Yo, it's your man Adam Jump Town back. And listen, it's a Monday, a beautiful day, kicking off hopefully a beautiful week. We're out here at Hodges Ice Cream too.
Sure.
And, it's good to know your man still got it. He just got a fresh cut, nice lineup with the beard, because only men grow beards, and we're all a bunch of men, real men. Anyways,
Love this
these
guy.
two old ladies are enjoying their fucking ice creams in a cup and see this big hunk come walking by, and then they get my ice cream. I swear they're staring a hole through my ass. Turn back around with my soft-serving Jimmy's and give them the salute, and they give me the googly eyes. I'm like, ladies, slow it down, slow it down. Then they proceed to watch me lick my ice cream cone, and man,
Pause.
you could tell they just fell off the old park bench over there. They said, Mr. Hoover Vac, come on back. It's your man Jumptown, keeping the quality high.
What a
See,
stud.
I'll tell you this right now. I know this is like probably not really controversial, but like I always wondered this. Like, I was like, oh, guy's got a great ass. It's like when guys are looking at a girl's ass or like cans, it's like those are utilized essentially a lot during sexual endeavors. You really like fucking like let me fucking absolutely ride the bean here while I fucking fondle your ass for a guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll tell you right now. There's a viral.
I mean, I have one of the worst asses in the world. So
we both have
Same.
one of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
three of us.
yeah, flat ass.
Yeah, I got a
Taylor
Taylor
Swift
Swift. Yeah. There's a picture right now that's viral from a Everett cop, and he's got a dumpster. The comments on it are fucking gold. Girls are horny fucking people.
Yeah, everybody's horny.
But it's like unbelievable.
Cop are horny.
It's also funny because when I say viral, like it's hitting everywhere.
Oh, really?
And it's Everett, Mass.
Yeah.
And it's this guy's ass. You don't even see his face.
Is he
This guy
white?
could look like, he could look like
He's
Rocky.
white?
Yeah. He could look like Rocky Dennis. And like, no one cares. Like his ass is just in the picture and they're like, oh my God, what's his name? Arrest me. And I'm like, you guys are fucking horny.
Dude, like when the guy's packing like fucking 3 inches. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but he's got this great ass.
Like,
that I
great-
can-
to what?
What
Look
do you
at?
like? Yeah, be like, turn around so I can fucking jack off while I
Yeah.
look at your ass. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine. Like, what if he turned around and like, he's just got like fucking stroke face.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Probably does. He's probably a handsome gentleman though, I bet.
He's probably so nice.
Probably looks like Jump. All right. Listen, that's it. That was like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. We are back next week. Obviously, we'll figure out the time to do it so we can get Father's Day in. And yeah, we have a bunch of guests we want to get on. Like I said, like we got a bunch of guys. There's a guy I want to get on. Oh, by the way, Jinty's like back and forth to Nashville all the
Yeah.
time now.
Yeah.
I thought he moved.
Talk about being left on red. You're like complaining about Will Noonan. Like, I think I got 95 lob texts into Jinty that are unresponded to.
And the one time I FaceTime him, he answers me.
Yeah,
That was
see,
it.
this is the opposite.
the opposite,
right? It's
yeah.
like you got the Jinty connect.
I got a
get that
Jinty
one.
connect. You got the Will connect.
I do want to go see him play some point. I actually said to Max, he plays, I think, during the day sometimes at McGonagall's on Sundays. I'm like, if he's playing Father's Day, I kind of want to go do that. Like, have a couple pints and fucking watch him do his thing.
Yeah, that wouldn't suck.
But yeah, he's been going back and forth down to Nashville. Looks like he's on the break, by the way. He put up a fucking on his Instagram story. I'm not talking out of school. Put up a non-alcoholic Sam Adams. It was like 1 month.
yeah.
So congrats. He doesn't listen to this, but congrats to Jinty. He's doing good things. Go check him out. He's in the Dubliner every Friday and Saturday night. If you want to get laid, that's the place you take somebody to get laid. You know what I mean? Guy or girl. You know what I mean? I don't care what you're into. It's a matter. We're for everybody. This is Pride Month. I'm for everybody.
Fucking right.
Just make sure the guy's got a good dumpster on him. That's what I would say.
Men's Mental Health Month and
See-
Pride Month happen on the
And
same
Veterans
month.
Month.
That's odd.
Yeah, see, and yeah, exactly. And I can tell you this. I could see more being attracted to a guy's ass if you were gay.
I still don't get it.
Well,
Well, then you get to fuck it.
Jesus.
I was gonna get him.
Well, that's what,
You're right. No, you're absolutely right.
That's what he's saying.
I get it. I know, but I'm like,
You want the cakes when you're fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best asses. You know what I mean? Volume 65. You know, crushed asses. Like
Everett
that's
Cops.
the type of movies that.
Cut all that out.
Yeah. No. That's We're for the.
That's
hey,
real,
listen,
brother.
We're for the community. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like it makes more sense to me. It's like I'd be like, oh, like unless the chick's gonna fucking do you with a strap on. You know what I mean? Then I could see if she's into fucking asses. You know. And if you are into that, my cell phone number is. All right. We'll see you next week. Peace.